Hey everyone. So, yesterday PlayStation had a little event where they showed off some games. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm an Xbox player mostly. I do have a PC. I do have a PS4. I bought that mostly for Bloodborne. But I still like to watch the PlayStation showcases just for the games that might be worth buying a PlayStation for if they ever do that for me, or for games that might be coming out on Xbox as well. So I just wanted to take a look at some of the things that they announced yesterday. I want to start with the things that I'm more positive on, and as the video goes, we'll get into the stuff where I'm like, eh.
Okay, very overprotective.
So this is Marathon, made by Bungie. Now, I know they made Marathon before they made Halo, but I honestly don't know anything about Marathon other than that. So I'm curious to see what this is. It clearly appears to be some sort of shooter, and as much as I dislike Destiny, I do have to admit the shooting in that game feels incredible. So whatever this is, I might be interested in it. I hoping that they don't do what they did with Destiny and overpromise and underdeliver. And as long as the shooting feels good, which I'm fairly confident that it will, coming from them, this might be a cool game that I'll want to check out, and who knows, maybe I can be a Bungie fan again. It's been a long time. This is Ghost Runner 2. I actually played the first one a while back. I never finished it, but I did enjoy the gameplay. It was super fun, super hard, because one hit and you are dead. But it had this sort of like parkour, fast pace, almost kind of like a puzzle game, sort of, just having to figure out how to maneuver around the enemies in the play space. It was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to see what improvements they make with this one.
The blind march is on. These people live with a knife to their throats.
You have to believe us! We'd help you if we could!
Oh boy, Final Fantasy 16. I'm one of the few people that actually liked 15, so I am excited for this one, and I know people are excited for this one, even the people that didn't like 15, but I like the combat style where it's more fluid. The thing about Final Fantasy that I didn't like is the turn-based stuff, so I like the more action-y combat style. So I'm excited for this one. It sucks that it's a timed exclusive on PlayStation, so I have to wait until it comes out on Xbox, because I'm not buying a PS5 just to play this. But that also allows me to wait for reviews and see if it's any good, which I have no worries about that. Like, I'm pretty sure this game is gonna be incredible. It has Yoshi P, which does Final Fantasy 14, which I haven't played a whole lot of just because I don't have friends on PC. So MMOs are kind of boring when you don't have friends, at least they are for me. So I have played 14, not a whole lot. I think I might be like level 20 on one of my characters. But it is enjoyable. I do like it. Yeah, I can't wait for this game. It looks incredible. Like, graphically, it looks so good. That's the thing that I've always liked about Final Fantasy games, is the graphics. They're always so impressive. It's always a spectacle, especially whenever you get those summons in there. Oh man, those summons in 15. Whew. I loved them. I'm hoping that you can actually pick your own party this time, though. As fun as it was to have the boy band that you had in 15, I kind of wish you were able to swap out party members and pick different people, because hearing them say the same dialogue when using their special abilities over and over again, it gets This is Resident Evil 4 in VR. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of VR. I kind of think it's still a little lame, to be honest. I have been playing Half-Life Alyx, which is fun. It is kind of neat. But it's still just me sitting in a chair with controllers in my hands and a TV strapped to my face. I just don't think VR is all that impressive yet, personally. However, I do think it is kind of neat. And I wanted to play Resident Evil 4 VR, the original Resident Evil 4 that they did for, I want to say, Meta Quest 2. It was exclusive to that. It looked kind of cool. And after playing Half-Life Alyx, if it's anything like that, I like being able to grab objects in the world and interact with a lot of different things like that. It's pretty fun to do. I wish there was a little bit more, like, freedom with it, you know? Throw a cardboard box at something and it stuns it for a second. I don't know. But this could be neat. This is a game called Teardown, which I believe I had seen a long time ago. I saw some footage. And, I mean, blowing shit up, that's always a good time in my book. It gives me Red Faction vibes. I used to play Red Faction. I can't remember which one it was. Gorilla? Was it Gorilla? I don't know. But I love destroying stuff on there. It was so much fun. And this looks to be just some fun chaos. Possibly multiplayer, it looks like. I don't know, they do these split screen things sometimes. So I assume it's co-op. I hope it's co-op, because doing this with friends would be fun. Maybe it's not split screen, maybe they're just showing different angles of things. I don't know. But please be co-op so that way I can blow stuff up with friends.
I've crossed paths with many during my journey for true strength. I've also met my share of enemies, opponents I had to overcome. My journey knows no end.
We've all seen Street Fighter, we all know what this is. but I really like the art style that they have on this one. I'm probably not going to get it because I suck at fighting games, but the art style is really cool, and I don't know, I want somebody else to get it so that way I can borrow it. I know they have some sort of character creator thing, and I'm not sure if you're able to take them into matches or if it's just for that social hub place. To me, it looked like it was only for the social hub from the beta footage that I had seen, which is a little disappointing if that is the case. But this looks to be another great entry into the Street Fighter franchise, so, you know, excited for those people that are actually good at these games.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending.
I'm making a mad.
Street Fighter 6.
Alright, this is Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. Honestly, I've never played any of the Metal Gear games except for I think I did the beta for Survive, and that was awful. Konami has a record of being kind of garbage, so I don't know. I mean, this is just a cutscene thing. Like it's just a pre-rendered thing, so you can only get so much from it. It's Konami, you'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't get too hyped for it just yet until they show some actual gameplay. But I mean, this looks cool, but it doesn't really mean anything, at least not to me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy that people can be excited for this. It'd be cool if this did end up being a good game, and maybe it would be my first entry into Metal Gear. I don't know. I certainly like the idea of Metal Gear, but I don't know, I've just never really taken the opportunity to try and play it. So if they do a good job here, maybe they'll get another fan of this series. Who knows?
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
Oh, forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. Like, a lot. You see, everything started 2 years ago when I met Fred. And ever since then, it's like I see his face everywhere. And lately, I've started to develop some destructive tendencies.
Alright, this is another VR title. Arizona Sunshine 2. Didn't even know that there was a 1. But here we are at 2. Similar to Resident Evil 4. You know, I think VR is kind of neat. I don't think we're there where it's like, oh man, I really have to go and get a VR headset to play this game. But you know, the whole him having the head and moving the jaw, I don't know, I thought that was funny. This looks to be a very comedic game where you can probably do some really goofy stuff, and I'm all about that. The goofier the better.
Today's gonna be a scorcher.
This here is Foam Stars. Looks to be like Square Enix take on that game from Nintendo, Splatoon. I've never played Splatoon. As far as I know, it's a third-person shooter. Possibly your goal is to paint more of the place to be in your team's color than the enemy team. I'm not really 100% sure what the goal is there, but that's what this looks to be to me, except with foam, which might be a little bit more fun. I like foam. I once did a foam run. But the characters here, I don't know, their faces kind of creep me out a little bit. I don't know what it is, but their faces are kind of creepy. Honestly, there isn't much more to say about this one, other than it looks goofy, kind of fun maybe, if you're into that style of game, and you've always wanted to play Splatoon, but you don't have a Switch. This can be your opportunity. But I also don't see this one lasting too long. I don't know. To me, I don't see it getting a huge player base. But maybe. Maybe it'll be a surprise hit. I'm not seeing it here. You know, I'd be interested to try it out. You know, if this is a free-to-play game, or if they put it on Game Pass, maybe. But otherwise, if it's a full-priced game, it's definitely going to fail. Most likely it's going to be free-to-play, as most competitive games nowadays are.
Welcome, Hidden One.
Honestly, I'm so tired of Ubisoft games. They're all the same. They're so boring. You played one, you've played them all. And here's another Assassin's Creed. I have no clue where it is, what place it's set in. I don't know. It looks exactly like Origins to me. It looks like we're back in Egypt, which I'm pretty sure they didn't go back to Egypt. And I'm too lazy to look up where this is now. But I don't know, man. I'm definitely not getting this. I haven't bought one since Origins. And I probably never will. I don't know. Maybe they can hook me in with the Japanese one that's supposed to be after this, I believe. But hopes aren't high. I'm so tired of Ubisoft games, man. I wish they could get creative. They just do the same formula every game. Far Cry practically plays the same as Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed practically plays the same as Far Cry. So it's like guns or melee. It's the same thing. It's so boring. I am excited for their free-to-play team FPS game. That looks interesting, but this, it's just Assassin's Creed again.
Thank you for joining us today. Before we get into our final game, I have a few announcements to share. At PlayStation, innovation is our passion. And that applies to not just what games you play, but how you play them. Later this year, we will launch a dedicated device that enables you to stream any game from your PS5 console using remote play over Wi-Fi. Internally known as Project Q, it has an 8-inch HD screen and all of the buttons and features of the DualSense wireless controller.
With this, I'm asking, why did they even bother? The thing about the Switch is that you can just take it anywhere. This, you have to have a PS5 and it has to stream to it. So, I mean, they're not good at this whole handheld thing, man. They should have just made a PSP. Just bring back the PSP. I don't know, this seems dumb and kind of a waste. I really don't know who it's for. I mean, I get it if somebody's taking up the TV and you still want to play, it's for you, but I don't know, man. And yeah, so that was kind of the highlights. I mean, there were a few other things that they had shown, but honestly, I have no input on any of them. I don't care. But yeah, I mean, the VR stuff is kind of neat. There's a few games that we've known about for a while that they've been putting trailers out for quite some time now. And, you know, I'm still optimistic about them. I don't get hyped for games anymore. We keep getting let down. We gotta stop being hyped for things. And that's it. I'd like to thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, ding the bell. I'm gonna try and put out more content now. I've got an Elden Ring video that I'm working on, and I've got a few other ideas for some videos that should be coming out at some point. Depends on how long it takes to edit. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Later.